The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Buffalo. We are Arizona. For baseball, a mild day in the Valley and a great day to honor a baseball legend, a Latin legend, and a man that was so endearing to his community, to the communities around the United States of America, and certainly deep in the hearts of baseball and in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Roberto Clemente Day as we celebrated the San Francisco Giants going head-to-head with the Arizona Diamondbacks. All the action on Fox Sports Arizona here at Chase Field. Hi, folks, and welcome back to the ballpark. This man is Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. We trust midweek. To this point, your week has been a very good one. Now, it's at this point in the season when a team that finds himself in last place, they naturally look ahead to next year, see what they have.
Sure.
They know in Daniel Hudson, they have a man they can already, not in pencil, but in pen, write him into next year's starting rotation.
I don't think there's any question. He has come over from the Chicago White Sox for Edwin Jackson, and he has absolutely dominated the National League. Only one other pitcher, Matt Latos, has a better ERA. Matt Latos might win the Cy Young Award, Darren, so certainly that's fabulous company for the young star.
And look at who he is with, as you mentioned. How does he do it? We know the explosive fastball, still kind of a slider, and Joe Borowski talked about it a few moments ago. It's a work in progress and a changeup as well.
Yeah, he's got the great changeup. He's working on a slider, but for me, not many starting pitchers, Darren Sutton, have what I call a swing and miss fastball, and that's what you're seeing from Daniel Hudson. You're seeing a swing and miss fastball, a guy that gets hitters to chase above the belt, chase high pitches, and when you get that, you're going to get a lot of swings and misses and pop-ups. That's why he's been so dynamite.
So his catcher tonight, again, is Miguel Montero. And what is it, 12 or 13 pitchers that a team usually keeps on the roster? 12 or 13 is that number?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's a large number, though.
27 pitchers have pitched for the Diamondbacks this year. And for me, that's a big responsibility on a catcher now coming of age in Miguel Montero.
I think it's very difficult to ask a catcher to babysit that many arms, left-handers, right-handers, young pitchers, veterans. It doesn't matter. And it also means that the Diamondbacks have really done a poor job of pitching, especially out of the bullpen this year. There's been a lot of guys shipped in, a lot of guys shipped out. Miguel Montero, to his credit, has hung in there with all of them.
Before the game, his skipper, Kirk Gibson, spoke of Montero's relationship, that revolving door, and how he has handled it all.
With the starters, they have pitcher-catcher coach meetings before every game. So it's just, there for a while, Ian and Miggy got on different pages, but in the end it was great because now they understand the importance of it, and Miggy's done a great job with those guys, and honestly, Ian Kennedy was like the perfect person for Miggy to go through that with, the perfect person.
That is our Geico quote. And the final thought before we go to break is he also had knee surgery this year.
Yeah, we forgot that Chris Snyder ended up catching a lot of baseball because of Miguel Montero's knee problems, but he's back and he's playing well, and it's good to have him back.
Certainly glad to have you with us tonight. We're going to bring in Mark McClune right around the corner, and he's going to talk about these Arizona Diamondbacks. We mentioned
7 pitchers?
Oh, yeah, a lot of pitchers, and a handful of those pitchers were lending a helping hand in the community today. That is a very, very good thing. We'll talk about that, and also Justin Upton being honored. More right after this.
The roof is wide open. Game 3 of the series between the San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Daniel Hudson taking on Barry Zito. And hi, everybody. Welcome to the field. The Diamondbacks trying to get back into the win column. And Kirk Gibson talks constantly about doing things the right way. There's a right way to do things on the field that usually results in a win. And there's also a right way to do things off the field. And today, nearly a dozen members of the team and the organization over at St. Vincent de Paul helping feed the homeless. You see Barry Enright. He, of course, pitched last night. You saw John Hester there as well. Kirk Gibson talking about the importance of giving, that it's not that hard, and he really wants his team to stay grounded. And if he is here next year, you will see the Diamondbacks much more out into the community. Today is Roberto Clemente Day across Major League Baseball, and the nominees from every team for the Roberto Clemente Award announced. And the nominee this year for the Diamondbacks, you see him right there, Justin Upton, for his work with Best Buddies, also the Muhammad Ali Foundation. Justin Upton helped raise a ton of money. He's out of the lineup tonight, but always a force in the community. When we come back, it's the first pitch. Daniel Hudson takes the mound. The Diamondbacks try to get out of this series with a win. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call, and it's next on Fox Sports Arizona.
Baseball brought to you by Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Diamondbacks. Resident Evil, Afterlife in 3D in theaters September 10th. Resident Evil. Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Resident Evil. Skipper Bruce Bochy, there's nothing evil about him unless, of course, you're the San Diego Padres, because he is knocking at your door. And continuing to trying to get Buddy Black to open up that door, because he and his club would like to come on in. We are underway. Come on into your living room and settle in and enjoy the ball game. 0-1 the count, Andres Torres. It's Andres Torres, Freddie Sanchez, and Aubrey Huff for the San Francisco Giants. As the fastball is high and in, 1-1 the count. Barry Zito, by the way, is on the mound opposing Daniel Hudson. And we're glad you have joined us this evening. High fly ball. Changed up on it. And there to make the play is Chris Young. So Torres is erased. Let's take you down the rest of the order. Buster Posey bats clean up. Jose Guillen, Pablo Sandoval. Then it's Juan Uribe, Cody Ross, Barry Zito. And again, 23-year-old right-hander Daniel Hudson on the mound. Out of Old Dominion, Virginia Beach, Virginia. He faces the lineup 1 through 9. shot down the line, and it's a foul ball off the bat of Freddie Sanchez. Freddie homering over the wall for the first time in his career to right field. Last night, he had an inside the park homer to right field earlier in his career, as that one is popped foul. 0-2 at running fastball numbers for Hudson, delivered by our good friends and partners at the UPS store. Boy, it's hard to argue with any of that.
There is nothing you can say negative about the way Daniel Hudson has thrown the baseball since he's come over to the Diamondbacks from Chicago White Sox.
Meantime, dropping the hands, dropping the head on the baseball, driving it to left, and his second homer in as many nights. It's a long ball, a fastball drove out of here by Freddie Sanchez, his fifth homer of the year. Number 5, 2 of them in the last 24 hours.
Not even out of our mouths about how well Daniel Hudson has thrown the baseball. He throws a fastball in. He threw 4 fastballs in that at bat. Sanchez was looking for it that time. After 3 of them, drove it way out of here to left field. That's just a great adjustment by a former batting champ.
Former batting champ who is really hot. I mean, over about the last 3 weeks, and you know Juan Uribe loves a big swing. He comes in and congratulates him. Change up 0-2, the count, Aubrey Huff. Sanchez, by the way, is batting .431 over his last 2 weeks of games. .431.
And you can see Miguel Montero and Daniel Hudson making adjustments quickly. They watched last night how these Giants attacked early fastballs from Barry Enright for strikes. And he ended up hammering the baseball early in the game. Well, a lot of fastballs from Daniel Hudson. Normally, one got hit into the seats by Freddie Sanchez. 3 straight changeups right there to retire Aubrey Huff. So adjusting on the fly.
And that man getting ready to go to the mound hasn't won in quite some time, so it should be interesting to see what occurs tonight. Barry Zito. There's the changeup to start things off. And that was one of Joe Borowski's keys. Go to school on what you saw last night if you're Hudson and Montero.
First slider of the game.
And another thing that a lot of folks have been talking about, including you and Joe before the game, like to see more sliders. Develop that pitch for next year. Fastball is low. 2-1 the count to Buster Posey. Roof open tonight for baseball for the second consecutive night. Buster, they have found a way to have a negative stat for him in their notes and the research. As the changeup, a pretty good one, it's called low. He's just 12 of his last 50. A slump for this young man is 240. That's a slump. You know, some guys will say 5 for 50. No, he's 12 for 50.
Pretty amazing, this one.
Strike 2 over the inside.
Del Hahn, you could hear him bark it out. Strike 2.
We spoke of this yesterday. You want to earn the respect of the league in which you play, including the team in the great state of Arizona. He hits .384 against Western Division foes. Change up, belted, deep left field, but it's playable. Ryan Roberts is there. Roof open, ball's going to fly tonight. But opener closed. Sanchez leaves the ballpark. Barry Zito, time to clock in. he would love to make going forward with his club next year, if in fact he is the manager. We'll talk about that throughout the rest of the evening. Let's take a look at Gibby's starting lineup 1 through 9 tonight, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and still no Justin Upton. Stephen Drew, Ryan Roberts, Kelly Johnson, Chris Young, Adam LaRoche. Good to see Mark Reynolds back. Hand good enough to get him out there. Miguel Montero catches. Gerardo Parra is in right, and Daniel Hudson is on the mound. Barry Zito, 32-year-old left-hander, won the Cy Young Award back in 2002. This year is 8-11, ERA just a tick over 4. In his last 5 appearances, he made 1 appearance out of the bullpen. He's 0-5 with a 10.90 ERA. Opponents hitting .373 against him in the last 5 times he has gone to the mound. So it's been a struggle. Those are the starts. Now you can add on a relief appearance as well, in which he picked up a loss. I'm here to tell you, I think that'll throw any pitcher off to come out of the bullpen on your throw day. He goes to work, fires a strike, up at the belt, 0-1 the count to Stephen Drew. Throwback sock stripe showing. Tim Lincecum wore those socks a couple of starts ago against the Diamondbacks in San Francisco. Boy, was Lincecum good last night. Breaking ball is called high. 1-1 the count, Stephen Drew. Stephen 6 of 33 in this homestand, is hitless right now in the San Francisco series. But still the last 2 weeks of games hitting right around .330. Breaking ball to high strike. So far he's up in the zone.
Yeah, he'll throw a slider every now and then. That was a pretty good one to take a whack at, but it's pro Stephen.
Stephen, high fly, right field. Sending Guillen back well shy of the track. Jose puts it away. Stephen, though it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup, hitting .345 in his career against Zito. Defensively, Ross, Torres, Guillen, Sandoval, Uribe, Sanchez, and Huff. And Buster Posey's the catcher. Those legs getting a little better out there. He said when I spoke with him a couple of weeks ago, my legs are fine. They weren't at that point. But and the more he talks himself into it, the more they're responding. Had some quad problems early in the year with Kansas City, did Guillen. 0-2 the count. Quickly on Ryan Roberts. It was 4 days ago, and it was a 3-run homer in the 5th inning. Roberts hit it. You thought it would be the decisive blow in the game. The bullpen couldn't hold on for the victory, specifically Aaron Heilman.
And ever since then, it's been a downward spiral for the boys. Haven't won a game since.
And it was against San Francisco that he dove over a wall and into the seats and made a fine play in the Bay Area, Ryan Roberts. Playing left field, the position he is assigned tonight. 2-2 the count. Giants lead it 1-0 on a Freddie Sanchez home run. Curveball, fly ball, right field. Guillen, his wheels are cranking, and he is there. Puts away a couple of outs. And that'll bring on hard-hitting Kelly Johnson. So Barry Zito has not won a game on the road since May the 5th.
Yikes.
May the 5th. His road ERA is over 5. His home ERA is just a tick below 3.5. But in that time, 0-7 with a 6.5 ERA. There's the curveball.
He's throwing that curveball for a strike so far. He's thrown 3 of them. All have been for strikes. That's dangerous when he's got that one.
Fastball is up and in. 1-1 the count to Johnson. You saw the homestand at this point for Kelly. Hit for the cycle in July against the San Francisco Giants. That slider stays high. Hangs in there nicely. Boy, those are good numbers and split up very nicely there on your graphic against lefties. Takes a few more walks against righties, as you can see. But will drive it against lefties as that one sweeps outside. 3-1 the count. Kelly signed out of high school, drafted by the Braves. Thought about going to college, but opted to begin his pro career.
Boy,
3-2.
Kelly would be upset with himself for swinging at that one on a 3-1 pitch. Ball a good 1.5 foot outside.
The full count pitch with 2 outs. Looked like he changed up on him, dropped it over the inside corner. 1-2-3, go the Diamondbacks.
Jack in the Box takes you outside of the box, and a frantic finish tonight for Grant Trenbeth and the Diamondbacks grounds crew as they got the area in front of home plate ready for the game. During batting practice, the mats that were put down to protect the dirt trapped some moisture. So they pulled them up, and in front of home plate was an absolute mess. They actually had to pull up home plate and replace all the soft clay, but we got this thing started on time. Grant Trenbeth and his crew, some of the best in the business, guys.
Good stuff, Mark. Thanks for getting to the bottom of that. And as you might not know during batting practice, Gracie, he touched on a subject that you can expound upon as that fastball is over the outside, 0-2. You don't hit on that dirt during batting
you hit
practice.
on mats, almost like if you go to a golf driving range, those kind of artificial turf mats.
And that covers the entire area. Boy, they missed their spot, but Guillen hit it right to the shortstop, Stephen Drew. They wanted to waste that high fastball. And it was right where Guillen likes it, just
Down
couldn't
the middle.
square it up.
It was bell-tied down the middle, but they're not mistakes when you get away with them. Am I correct?
You are correct. Pablo Sandoval.
I'll wait for him to finish his dance, and then he'll get in the box.
Well, he takes those orange dancing shoes and gets into the box. And Pablo ready to roll. And the fastball jumps out of the zone. 1-0 the count to Sandoval. He's got 12 home runs and 59 runs batted in. Good to see.
Barry Zito having a beer between innings.
And I thought Mark Reynolds was out there
Mark
at third.
Reynolds was out there. Reynolds in the wrong seat. Reynolds got to pull his britches up a little bit.
Who's that with Zito? Oh,
Zito.
Whoa, 2 Barry Zitos.
Couple of thirsty Barry Zitos.
The 1-1. 2-1 the count.
Between innings while you rest, just have a frosty cold one. There.
Justin's there.
Justin. Hope he's feeling better. Frosty cold one might make you feel a little better. Make that shoulder not hurt some. There you go.
3-1 the count.
Little Dr. Feel Good.
Full uniform. I like that.
I kind of do, too.
That's a unique look in opposing teams.
Full unit.
Change up, and lost command against Sandoval. By the way, walks usually aren't part of the game, especially since coming here to Arizona. Matter of fact, this young man coming in 49 2/3 Diamondbacks innings. Struck out 48 and walked 9. Here's Juan Uribe. Big swing a coming. Just settle in, stay tuned. It's on its way. He is the ultimate backlegger as he takes a slider. Not a bad idea. That one misses away. And ask the Dodgers about his back leg swing. Ask Jonathan Broxton. He likes to hit hanging sliders out. He got Hiroki Kuroda on Sunday. He got Jonathan Broxton on Saturday.
Oh, boy. Tough to swing really hard when it's right in on your chest like that. Big time pitch there from Hudson. Watch this ball just chase. Uribe almost had to get out of the way of it while he was swinging.
High fly right field, long run part, tracking toward the line, and he is there.
You can see a concerted effort by Hudson and Montero. He's going to crowd these guys with fastballs. You watch Barry Enright do it up in San Francisco to a lot of success, and he's going to use his fastball. He's going to use it inside. He just ate up Uribe with a couple of inside fastballs.
Uribe, Posey certainly is a hitter that you have to do that with. Guillen, although he missed his spot, as that slider is away. 1-0 the count, Cody Ross.
Hello, sisters.
Thank you for coming tonight. 1-0 the count.
Right back in with the fastball again.
When he gets such life and such explosion on the fastball in that direction, he has to start a little bit off the middle of the plate is all.
Well, it shows me, too, that he has no fear.
Oh,
here's
no.
a youngster. All right, let's play baseball. And
Slider.
That sets up that beautiful slider.
Miguel,
I'm sorry, Darren.
No.
Go ahead.
Well, Miguel was saying, I plan on calling for that pitch quite a bit more tonight. That slider.
Well, the fastball in will make it a much more effective pitch, too, as well. 2 and as well.
The 2-1. There's the slider. 2-2.
I have never seen Daniel Hudson throw this many sliders, so that's obviously in the game plan against the Giants tonight. We're going to have to pitch inside with fastballs and then away with the sliders. Shows me he's starting to gain confidence in that pitch, Darren.
2-2 the count. And that's what Joe Borowski was talking about in the pregame show, and he'll go back to it in the postgame show, our resident pitching expert, in saying, look, if you want to have it next year, you better start continuing to push it now.
You have to practice it. Use it in your bullpen between starts, bullpen.
The 2-2. There it is. It's outside. Slider. 3-2 the count. Three and two the count. Runner goes through another slider.
Oh, Tim Flannery. Right through the wickets.
That's not like Tim.
Oh, man. Going to have to get on him about that. One of the better guys in the game.
He's on himself. Look how mad he is himself.
Oh. We love Tim Flannery, but that was terrible. All right, time to throw that fastball, Darren. It's your best pitch. Got to use it, don't you?
I'm ready for it. Here it comes.
Oh,
Broke his
dear.
bat.
Oh, dear. That's a fastball.
All those sliders away didn't hurt either. Kind of a big league sequence there.
Guys are sitting all over the fastball. 1, 2 slider, 3 slider, 4 sliders in a row. Now I got to use my best pitch. I'm going to run it in, and he just eats up Cody Ross. That was some big league pitching right there, folks.
1-0 is the score, and our Health and Wealth Raffle 2010, healthwealthraffle.org. The guys in the truck, they get credit for this one tonight. Gracie, the key to the game, the electric slide.
Why?
Curveball is high. 1-0 the count, Chris Young.
What's the electric slide about? I don't get it.
Well, one of the guys or gals in our production crew must be getting married, because there's nothing better to do at a reception than the electric slide.
Well,
who is it, guys?
Congratulations. Whoever it is in the truck, congratulations. I hope you have a long life of happiness. So the electric slide it is, and that is a terrible key to the game.
There's the strike. There you go.
Yeah, there it
the
is.
Electric slide.
Yep. Not a male in the bunch.
I really.
It's fun to do the electric slide with the
What
females.
does it have to do with the game, though?
I don't know. So you said somebody's getting married, I guess. No comment.
I feel much, much better now that I know that Pour the Concrete is not the worst key of the year.
I have to say, that is the electric slide for the key of the game. That's officially now much, much worse than Pour the Concrete. At least you had an idea, and it had to do with the Diamondbacks. Trying to
build
a foundation.
That's exactly right.
The electric slide? What's that got to do?
I don't know.
They're no longer allowed to do a key of the game.
So now Adam LaRoche with a runner at first. On a walk, a leadoff walk to Chris Young. Interestingly enough, Chris 6 for 28 in his career against Zito, but now 9 walks. So hitting about 230 with a 430 on base. Curveball is high. When he pitches to him, he gets him out quite a bit, Chris Young, but otherwise he's walked him a ton. I'm still really troubled by, and we apologize. Really, healthandwealthraffle.org, it is a wonderful, wonderful concept. Raises a lot of money for the community.
We appreciate their sponsorship.
And they're doing good things. And I guess we need to apologize to them for that.
I couldn't agree with you more. We are very sorry. It'll never happen. Well, I can't say it'll never happen, because Pour the Concrete was awfully bad, but that's no longer the worst.
The 1-0. Hot shot, foul ball. I just got word, though, from the truck. And we don't plug them into the.
Well, who's getting married?
It has to do with, I'm told, that Daniel Hudson is going to work on his slider. That's why they.
Yeah, they probably should keep that to themselves, because that just made it worse.
The 1-1.
Now, that was a beautiful curveball. That wasn't a slider.
By the way, keys to the game, I'm feeling pretty good about stuff. There it is, Gracie. I am now not the worst. The electric slide, now the worst.
Yeah, well, definitely. Now the electric slide is the worst.
That one bounces in there. Nice job, Posey, keeping it with him. Young sitting tight, though. 2-2 the count. We apologize to our viewers as well. If it takes us a moment or two to pull the show back together, please bear with us. We remind you, though, that every time a D-back hits a homer, Fulton Homes donates $150 to the Youth Assistance Foundation, and that's a good thing. Pitches high and away, 3-2 the count. And I'm told, I got to the bottom of it, that, it's our producer, Dr. Jason Lewis, that...
That's starting to make a lot of sense. All right, decision time for Gibby. Are you sending the runner, Chris Young?
Yes, sir. Go. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks.
And had he been running, he might be standing on third right now after the wild pitch, but it's back-to-back walks here to start the bottom of the second inning. But it is very difficult with a guy with a left-hander with a good move. It is tough to get a jump. And if you get the strikeout, and Adam LaRoche is prone to the strikeout, it's suicide for the base runner. But all's well that ends well. Adam LaRoche does a great job of drawing a walk in front of Mark Reynolds, who last time he faced Barry Zito hit a big, long home run back in San Francisco.
Almost went to a knee on a changeup, and we've seen it before, strong enough on an awkward attack to hit it out. As that one is a slider, it's low and in. Here it is. That was Zito's outing in which he went 3 2/3, allowed 9 runs, 7 of them earned. It was an 11-3 Diamondbacks victory. Inside, 2-0 the count. He's left the strike zone now, Barry Zito.
Freddie Sanchez from second base must have seen something that he doesn't like about Barry Zito. It's probably back-to-back walks, and then a 2-0 count on Mark Reynolds, so probably just a little bit of a verbal kick in the fanny, and hey, let's go. Throw some strikes.
Zito about 7 strikeouts per 9 innings in his career, but nearly 4 walks per 9 innings, and that's in his career. Hot shot out to third. Sandoval feeds for 1. Sanchez on the first. He went on in and had a quick conversation with Zito, and look at Zito responding. Wow, that'll let some air out of the tires.
That'll take some air right out of the stadium, too. Swinging away. He hit it hard, but he hit it right at Sandoval on an easy turn. Not really getting down the line very well. Let's hope he's okay.
Miguel Montero now. Miggy 1 of 5 with a double against Zito. And you look at Montero, and he plays with a team loaded with guys who certainly fight their way through strikeouts. Miguel's not one of those. 23 walks, 52 strikeouts this year, hitting at .275. This is a club on its way to posting more Ks as that one is lifted into left center field. Toward the gap it goes. That's the Miggy we know. He picked on a breaking ball. Heck, he didn't even have to pull a breaking ball as he shoots it the other way. And Arizona ties it up with a huge 2-out hit for Miguel Montero.
For those 2-out big hits with a guy on third base, right behind a double play ball, he just stays right on a curveball, as you said, Darren. And that is the Miguel Montero that we know, a guy that lets the ball travel. And he lets that ball get very deep, a lot like Andrew Jones used to do, and just drives it into left center field. Those big 2-out doubles in Zito. Golly.
So in the end, you young pitchers out there, he did not get away with walking 2 hitters in a row.
That's very well said.
I mean, really, the double play was nice, and he may kick himself because he gave up a 2-out hit, but he walked 2 to start this inning off. And at some point, that's going to catch up with you. It just happens early. 2-0 the count. Dave Vergetti, his skipper looking on, Bruce Bochy, and they're going to put him on.
Put him on. You saw him yell the name of Buster Posey. Hey, Buster, hold up 4 fingers. That means walk him. Take your chances with the pitcher, Daniel Hudson, who kind of subscribes to the theory it's not how you hit, it's when you hit, does Daniel Hudson.
And this is when he hits. Runners on. By the way, anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink, and they do so between 4 and 6 the next day. Because of, as you mentioned, he cleared the bases in Milwaukee. Drove in 3 with 1 swing of the bat. He's got 5 RBIs. 2 of 15, 5 RBIs.
Miguel Montero going to have to get a very good jump on anything hit because the outfield is playing very shallow.
Hudson last time, these two, this is a rematch a couple of outings ago. He was hit by a pitch against Zito and dropped down a sacrifice bunt. Breaking ball, big hack, 0-2. It's the best curveball he's thrown. And he saved it for the pitcher. Maybe better said, he's saving it to try and save his own bacon right now.
That's probably more like it.
Threw him another one, yeah, he did. He went around. Watch the Diamondbacks' favorite replay moment. Is it Edwin Jackson's no-hitter at Tampa, or the Diamondbacks in Milwaukee hitting back to back to back
to back
home runs? After the ball game, you'll find out. See Stephen Drew's ball sailed right into that UW Milwaukee sign there. It's always, go Panthers. Well said, Gracie. Good Horizon League mention there, and it's always a good day when you hit 4 home runs in a game, but it's a great day when it's against the Brewers.
It certainly is. Barry Zito's going to step in, take his chances. That's always a great day when the Dodgers lose. I think Diamondback and Giant fans alike will agree with me there.
I will agree with you on that one. Boy, Colorado sure struggling, huh? Look at that score right above that. Unbelievable.
Hammering the Cincinnati Reds.
Barry Zito, Reynolds with a dive. Stephen Drew, long throw, and LaRoche cannot hold on.
Better not let that ball get into the dugout. Okay.
Good effort there by Stephen Drew. Remember, a couple of days ago, he threw out a pitcher in the exact same situation. Great effort by Stephen Drew.
Once it gets by Reynolds, Zito, a good athlete, gets down the line well. I might have been able, I think he would have probably been safe anyway. But Adam wasn't able to come up with the baseball. And it did not get into the dugout. So Zito will stay at first base, but that turns over the batting order of the Giants, and Andres Torres is going to take his chances now.
Boy, Reynolds really looking for a bunt here from Torres. He's 2 steps onto the grass. Torres 14 homers, 43 doubles, 6 triples. And Mark has to cheat in for a bunt. Change up evens the count up at 1-1. This is Hudson's 13th career Major League start, his 17th career Major League appearance. He is 6-3 with a 3.11 ERA. in his time in the big leagues as that one sails outside. 2-1. Last time out against Houston, he went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, did Hudson. Struck out 6. It was a no decision, but a Diamondbacks win. 4-3. Hot shot down the line. Picked on a changeup, but could not keep it fair. 2-2.
Oh, what a shot in the arm. And this young man has been a guy that really wasn't expected to be in the starting lineup this year for the Giants. He has come on and done a great job in center field. Wherever you put him, he's done a great job. He's taking over for Aaron Rowan now as the everyday center fielder.
High fly and an easy chance for Young and Parra as they get together.
Staying inside with those fastballs, Darren, and catching these Giants off the label of the bat. Staying off the barrel of the bat.
Now, Gracie, I've talked with you about this quite a bit. When you come out, he does. I mean, far away from his body with his arm slot, really comes from that third base side. As you can see, staying in there. For my money anyway, having walked in his shoes, only in rookie ball, mind you, it's hard to get from there to the inside corner of the left-handed hitter.
Very difficult. And he's doing
with
it
command.
He's doing it at a very young age. There's a slider to start Sanchez. At a young age to have that kind of polish, a lot of pitchers don't learn to get that pitch there until their 30s, Darren, until they've got about 6 or 7 years in the major leagues, let alone get it in their early 20s. And he can get it there.
And you talked about one of the great closers of all time, although he was a starter early in his career, Dennis Eckersley, was never comfortable doing it.
And he was the same way as a starter, everything away. But he was like Joe Borowski calls a slinger.
And so there are some pitchers that they're never able to do it. Amica Insurance, the hit zone. Fun to watch him work. Change up, fooled him badly on a hitter's count. He threw him a pitcher's pitch.
Well, Hudson remembers a fastball in that was rifled into the Diamondback bullpen for a solo home run in the first inning. So what's he throwing in fastball counts now? 1 slider and 1 changeup. Let's see what he stays with here. Now right back in there with 94 miles an hour. Just a little too far inside.
To finish the thought on the Rockies and their 9-1 lead on Cincy in the 5th, Colorado since August 22nd is now 12-4.
Carlos Gonzalez might be the MVP of the National League before it's over, Darren.
Runner goes the pitcher on 3-2. Fly ball right. No decoy put on there to try to trick Barry Zito.
That looked like a changeup, Darren. Was it a changeup on 3-2?
I believe so. I'm going to take another look if we can. If we're able to.
Sure was. Good pitch.
By the way, in that same time, San Francisco's 9-6. That's since August 22nd. And San Diego's 5-10. But San Diego's done losing.
That's right.
Huff.
Oh, what a fastball. Inside to a left-hander. That buckled Huff, didn't it?
He got it there, Gracie, but watch the late jump on it.
Bang. Huff got change-ups in his first at-bat, and he was surprised by that fastball.
So he backs it up with a changeup that misses low. 1-1 the count. 5th round pick of the White Sox back in 2008. Hudson out of Old Dominion. Was drafted on June the 5th. The 1-1. Changeup. 1-2 the count. And then a trend you love to see when guys are in the big league succeeding so quickly. Was drafted June the 5th. Was wearing a professional uniform by June 15th. Signed up.
Good for him.
3rd round pick. Let's go to work, or I should say 5th round pick.
I'd like to start my professional career, please.
Hot shot. Kelly can't get there. It was hard hit off the bat of Huff, but hard hitting couldn't make the play.
Yeah, it seems like he had Kelly Johnson running from that one a little bit. Let's take a look. Fastball down. Kelly Johnson, he didn't really seem to have his heart into that too much. That ball was by him.
Scary thing about that is it happens in front of Buster Posey. See if they stay in with him. Fastball, and Miggy just keeps it close anyway.
Now Daniel Hudson, because the play wasn't made. Now, mind you, that ball was smoked.
Yes.
But he's sitting on first and second, 2 outs. And like you said, the dangerous part of it is Buster Posey. Now this is where Kirk Gibson wants to see his guys dial the game back a little bit. Slow things down. Don't get too excited.
2-0 the count. Posey in his first chances in the big leagues. 30 of 85 with runners in scoring position. That's a .353 clip. There it is at the bottom.
Change up, dandy.
One would expect that these two that are dueling right now will duel in this Western Division for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
You hope so. Got away with the changeup up. Miguel Montero says, I've got it, and he pitched himself right out of a jam. Brought to you by Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership, and by Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far.
Bring a group of 6 or more to the ballpark and enjoy the game from a D-backs bullpen suite for just $99 per person. Bullpen suites are designed for intimate gatherings, complete with a lounge area, comfortable seating, and a great view of the ballpark. The best part is each ticket comes with a $20 in-food and merchandise credit. Call 602-462-4794 and ask for the Bullpen Suite, or log on to dbacks.com. Whew.
Oh, that was a great read.
Man, it's a lot.
So when's that Fandemonium?
September 25th and 26th.
I'm excited about that. Have you ever sat in a bullpen suite?
Well, no, I can't afford that.
How about, have you ever logged on to dbacks.com?
Many times.
Okay. 1-1 the score. By the way, you were talking about Carlos Gonzalez. He's 0 for 2 tonight. As
He's
Colorado
not winning the MVP then.
is rolling over Cincinnati 9-1 in the 6th inning. 9-1 Colorado leading Cincy in the 6th inning. As that one is a changeup that is low. Gonzalez, in that same time span in which Colorado's played such great baseball, he's batting 508. 508. Stephen Drew crushes that one to center field. To the wall with a leap. And the leap maybe a little bit early. Torres looking at 3 bags. Drew hustling on around. And an easy triple for Stephen Drew. For Stephen, that takes him into double digits. That is 10 triples now on the season. That is a dandy total. You get to 10 3-baggers, you've done something.
That's a lot of triples. Gets a fastball down. He goes down and hits a 1-iron. Torres jumped a little bit early, and once he's on his way down, then the ball hits above his glove, and then a very easy triple. To a smattering of boos for Stephen Drew. So it's a little bit disappointing.
Right, I know it sounded like it, but they were actually saying Drew. So.
Oh, well, good.
I know it sounded like it as Roberts fouled that one off.
That's good to know, then. Thank you for setting me straight on that, Darren.
And there you have it. The Dexter Fowler total of 12, and then Stephen now at 10, National League leaders in triples. 0-1 the count. Roberts takes a pitch that is low. Roberts flying to right field back in the first inning. And in that time,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
4 of 6 career against Zito.
And Zito certainly knows that. Right now, if you're Ryan Roberts, you got to get him in.
Pickoff throw, and Drew back easily. Drew at third, by the way, from 08 till now. Leads all National Leaguers in triples. He has 33. Victorino with 30. Jose Reyes with 29. Leads all National Leaguers since 08.
He is an extra base package as far as shortstops are concerned. That's not going to do it, Darren Sutton. Fastball right down Broadway, and he popped it up.
So now Kelly Johnson. This is an offense that certainly, we talked about it last night. When they get going and when they're where they want to be, they can score quite a few runs. They can drive extra base hits around. They average 4.6 runs per game. That's middle of the pack, upper middle of the pack. About 8th in the National League as that one is outside. But the Diamondbacks have had stretches of scoreless innings this year of 31, of 22, and of 20. That ended last night. 3 times they have gone 20 or more innings without scoring. As that one is rolled foul. Seattle's done it 4 times, had stretches of 20 more innings, and so the Diamondbacks are second. On the flip side, Arizona has had innings in which they've scored 5 or more runs 19 times, tied with the Phillies for most in the majors. Jekyll and Hyde.
So tied for the most and second to worst. Very strange offense.
Base hit right field. This is a good thing because that is an RBI for Kelly Johnson. I just pulled his hands in and muscled a pitch into right field.
Beautifully pulled his hands in on a fastball in from Barry Zito. That was awfully nice there. Watch the hand stay close to his chest. And he just hits it hard enough to get it between Huff and Sanchez. And an RBI base. That is pretty hitting from Kelly Johnson. RBI number 60 for the second baseman.
20 homers, 60 RBIs for the second baseman.
Been a very good pickup. I like his hitting music.
Do you now?
I do.
Well, not the
I like the Weather Girls that he
the prankster hitting
to.
music.
Well,
it's Raining Men, you mean?
It was a prank?
I think it was a prank. We tried to get to the bottom of it. He really was laughing the first time and not as much the second.
Because he was 0 for 2 at that time.
And he was about, we found out later, about 0 for 15 at that time as well. 0-1 to count Chris Young. Breaking ball is a strike. Amica Insurance hit zone for Young. Chris walked and scored back in the second inning. Chased up and away. So Young, as we mentioned, 6 now for 29 against Ito in his career with 9 walks.
Young was just committed. That was nearly a pitch out. He was guessing strike.
Adam LaRoche. Adam walked back in the second inning, was erased on a 5-4-3 double play. The Diamondbacks have gone down on strikes 3 times tonight and are edging closer to 1,300 Ks on the season. That's a little number and an easy chance. But Arizona, despite some at-bats that they would call forgettable, leads it 2-1 thanks to that man. Unforgettable RBI. Their key to the game may have been the most embarrassing in my 4 years here. So here we go. AT&T trivia question. Who hit the ball that Kevin Mitchell famously caught barehanded in St. Louis in 1989? Who hit this baseball?
I actually know this. Do you know this?
You know what? I don't. I could venture a guess.
So I'm not gonna. I'll keep myself out of that. That one's get out of the way. Bruce Dreckman, the second base umpire, because Jose Guillen just hit a bullet right past you into center field.
So Guillen, talk about that strength, strong enough to fight that pitch off that started to ride in on his hands. He has been a hitter his whole career, though. He might have worn out his welcome on a couple of stops, but he has always been able to hit. And Mike Scioscia didn't really see eye to eye when he stopped in Anaheim.
Nor him and Bob Brenly here. I liked him. I didn't have a problem with him.
He's always been good to deal with from the media side. 1-0 the count, Pablo Sandoval. But was it, I mean, I could venture a guess on that one.
What's that?
On who hit the ball to Kevin Mitchell.
Okay.
But I don't know if I will. Just in case I get it right. Big swing by Sandoval.
Sandoval likes the ball up in the zone. He likes it higher than high. But sometimes he can hit a ball around the ankles as well. He's one of those guys that's just very difficult to gauge because he's so aggressive up, down. He can handle in, out. Right now you're trying to get a ground ball. See, you're climbing the ladder, and that's dangerous because he likes it up there.
See if he'll go in with that fastball.
Gas. Inside, like you said, Darren Sutton. And right past Sandoval, so he'll have to walk back and dance in the dugout. Inside, elevated, right by him. First strikeout for Daniel here this evening, but a big one.
Now, Sandoval last year hit 300 on the road, hit 301 with 37 extra base hits. That one is a nice job by Mickey keeping it with him. Pablo this year on the road is hitting about 100 points lower. Just a tick over 200. It's the largest drop-off year-to-year road batting average in the National League this year.
I would imagine. Pitcher's starting to figure some things out maybe about Sandoval. That's all part of growing up in the big leagues, is making adjustments. Pitchers are gonna adjust to you.
But only figuring them out on the road for him.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Still hits really effectively at home.
Which is a tough place to hit if you ask me up in San Francisco. That's one of the more difficult ballparks to hit in. Big pitch right here, 2-0.
How about this big result on a big pitch with 2-0? 5-4-3, a double play. Trivia question, a little bit better, certainly. Who hit that ball? Oh, it was the Wizard.
Well, it's unbelievable.
And that's sliced to left field, and it's another chance for Mitchell, and he makes it.
A little audio roll in there as well.
Yeah, we heard Mel Allen.
Mel Allen,
that was an old This Week in Baseball clip.
That's great.
Who was the voice of the Giants there?
I don't know who that was at the time.
Well, we need to find that out.
That would be back in 1989.
89, I believe.
I'm sure Mitch Reagan knows, our fine director. He's a huge Giants fan.
Scotty Geyer also would certainly know.
How does that work, by the way?
What's that?
You have a big Giants fan directing a Diamondbacks game. That's a question Justin Upton asked me in San Diego. How does that work about Mitch?
It's been confusing me the whole time as well.
Now he's pulling for the D-backs tonight. Or better said, he's directing for the D-backs
There
tonight.
you go. That's more like it.
2-1 the count. To right field and up and into the seats. We're thinking it may have been Lon Simmons, Hall of Fame broadcaster. We had a chance to see him when we stopped by in San Francisco. Makes his home in Hawaii.
What a pleasure that is when he stops by and says hello.
2-2 the count. We're giant D-backs fans.
Ah, I like that.
I'm told, by the way, that was Hank Greenwald calling that.
Hank Greenwald.
According to big Giants fan Scott Geyer. 3-2 the count. Swing and a miss. And Reynolds goes down on strikes. Fox Sports Arizona brings so many games to you this Saturday. We've added a second channel. It's Fox Sports Arizona Plus.
Huh?
Catch all three Arizona universities. ASU taking on NAU at 7. U of A against the Citadel at 10:30. All on Fox Sports Arizona Plus. For channel listings, please visit our website. It's foxsportsarizona.com. There's a lot going on there.
Nicely done on your part.
Thank you. Second channel, the 1-0. 2-0 the count to Miguel Montero. It was Montero's double with 2 outs in the second inning that plated Chris Young. 39 runs batted in for Miguel. As that one extends the corner. 2-1.
Win a lot of games with that being called a strike.
Fastball sails up and out of the zone. Montero signing with the Diamondbacks as a free agent back in 2001. Out of Venezuela. Taught himself the English language. And did it very quickly. 3-2 the count. As he says, as a young player, I realized if I want to make it as a catcher, I'd like to speak Spanish, which I already do by birth, and English.
And that's very wise by this very young man.
Swing and a miss. Change up there?
That was a changeup. Wow. Miguel had been committed to a fastball and ended up chasing it down and out of the zone.
Barra right back to the screen. 0-1 the count, Gerardo Parra. Lifts that one. Charging in. And unable to make the play out there. It's Ross. Thought maybe when that ball kicked away, Parra would have a shot at an extra bag. Instead, he's got a Texas League single. Another chance to hit for Daniel Hudson.
Hudson got a couple of curve balls in his first at-bat, and he's struck out. I'm sure Zito remembers that. Let's see if he goes to his curve ball right out of the gate.
Boy, right there.
I'd hate to let him get away with those.
Hudson came into spring training, according to Baseball America, the number 3 prospect in the White Sox organization. Rolls that one out. Gobbled up by Sanchez. We'll hear from skipper Kurt Gibson down in the dugout here in just a moment. Kirk Gibson just a moment ago. We spoke with him, and the first subject matter was adjustments. We've seen it in the batter's box. Look, he expects it going all the time, full force, whether it's offensive, defensive, his club making adjustments.
Yeah, no question. We know we got to get better. Like Zito tonight, he's throwing everything up there. You know, he starts off with the slider, then a fastball in, then a change. He just got Miggy on it, being kind of crafty. But all in all, we've talked about approach since I've been here. You see guys making adjustments. You know, Mark Reynolds, he's got a bad bone bruise on his thumb, and he's done it, making his adjustments. And that's, it's kind of one of those unfortunate things. But he's committed to it so much that he had to be out of the lineup for a couple of days, and he's kind of toughing it out tonight. But, they are definitely trying to get better.
Daniel Hudson throwing a solid game so far for you. Enright, Ian Kennedy, you got to be happy with these young right-handers you have.
No question. Barry last night had a little hiccup, but that's part of it. Gracie, you're not successful every time, and it'll be interesting to see how he comes back. Got to give San Francisco a little credit last night. They came out, they had a game plan, and when Barry made some mistakes, they made him pay. And Daniel's having to work tonight a little bit. Again, San Francisco playing very good ball right now. They're game out, and we have a formidable challenge tonight, and hopefully we come out with a victory.
Thank you, Gibby.
All right, thanks, guys.
Well, isn't that a treat, folks? And we want to thank Kirk Gibson. And we want to thank the Diamondbacks for allowing that to happen. That's a very unique perspective that you might get it at times on the network level, but locally, not a lot.
Very rarely. Thank you very much, Diamondbacks and Kirk Gibson. And meanwhile, Daniel Hudson just being another bully inside with the fastball on Cody Ross to get an easy pop-up for out number one.
And this is what you're talking about.
Miguel sits right inside. Right to the glove goes Hudson for an easy out.
Two and one the count. Slaps that one out to Mark Reynolds at third. In time for the out. LaRoche dances across that bag. A little bit more in those three young pitchers that Gracie was speaking of with Gibby. Let's bring in Mark McLuhan. Big Mac.
Well, the three young right-handers workouts has become a hot topic of conversation around the Diamondbacks clubhouse. Nate Shaw, the strengths coach, says these three guys are really pushing each other, and they work out kind of according to their personalities. With Ian Kennedy, everything's very calculated, very Enright, kind of a mixture of calculated and aggression. He asks a lot of questions. And Daniel Hudson, when he works out, he's very aggressive. Now, Kirk Gibson said before the game that the way these three are working out, they're trying to really push themselves. So just in case the Diamondbacks find themselves in the same situation that the Giants are in this season, next season, that they'll be ready.
Well, and that's good stuff. I mean, the most important thing for all of these pitchers is they've never been here before. They've never pitched in September. They don't know what it's like. And so far, very good for the likes of Kennedy, Hudson, and Enright. 100% in the weight room. Not 80%, 100%.
I don't like that 80%.
No. We know that Andrew Jones never lets the ball travel, but we do know that Kachinko is a great thing to enjoy at the ballpark. Interactive kiosk near Section 111 at Chase Field. Matter of fact, he's almost always out front of everything. It's brought to you by our good friends with Gila River Casinos. It's a great place to stop off, Section 111. And we trust that you will enjoy on our next homestand as we, along with Todd Walsh, Gracie and I, will be a trio out at the Kachinko kiosk calling a ball game. Breaking ball, 1-1.
We're talking about letting something travel. You let that one travel a good 3 or 4 innings there, didn't you?
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not going to let this one travel as much. It would be a terrible place to do a baseball game, as that one skied right to the Kung Fu Panda at third base.
Little tap dancing there as he makes the play in foul territory. Great partnership with Quest as they are a title sponsor of our post-game show each and every night. And also, they bring you the Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. Barry Zito, 88. Daniel Hudson, 94. And it's funny, you can look at that and say, well, for Zito, it's about location. Honestly, for Hudson, it's about location, too. Even though he's throwing near 95.
Even though you're a power pitcher, you better locate it. Barry Enright found out for the first time last night, Darren, if you don't locate, you get hit hard.
Ryan Roberts takes up and away, 1-0 the count. Well, game one of this series, extra innings and a 2-0 loss late. Kirk Gibson saying, and I think very accurately, the manager of the Diamondbacks, that was a championship caliber game. And his Diamondbacks showed proud in that game, certainly playing what he expects for teams in the pennant race against those teams. Yesterday a little bit different. I guess the thing that encouraged Gibson, despite the fact that Enright took in the teeth, but for the first time, is that they managed to get to Lincecum after he had owned them for a majority of the ballgame. They did play 3 against him. That game a little bit more swung towards the side of the Giants. 3-1 the count. Big swing, high pop, shallow left, back of short. Uribe is there and looks up into the night sky. Not the roof, but the night sky, and puts that one away. We hope a lot of you are online tonight and visiting FoxSportsArizona.com. A live web chat with Jack Magruder. Also, you can drop us an email to the booth. Visit the Diamondbacks page. And when you do so, find our link to send us a note. Kelly Johnson. 2 outs, bottom half of the 5th inning. Breaking ball stays high, 1-0 the count. Zito is a couple of wins shy of double digits. He has 8 victories this year. That one fouled off at home plate. And should he get there, that'll be 10 or more wins in 10 consecutive seasons. He has 10 or more wins in 9 consecutive seasons as that slow curveball misses.
Just stayed inside, I guess.
Despite his struggles the last couple of years, he has made 32 or more starts in 9 consecutive seasons.
He is certainly an Iron Man.
Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. 6 times he has thrown more than 200 innings, and of course, his crowning moment in 2002, 23 wins and the Cy Young Award as a member of the A's. Kelly pops that one up and into the seats. And Zito, you talk about a guy that was drafted. He was drafted just about every year from when he was 12. Felt like it anyway. Was drafted out of high school, drafted out of Pierce Community College, where he went for his second school. He went to UC Santa Barbara the first time, as that one is outside. And then transferred from Pierce to USC, and he was a top pick. Grew up in Las Vegas. Swing and a miss, and Kelly goes down on strikes. Will Gracie win that Legends race? We'll find out. A lead. Gracie about to win the Legends race. Boy, unbelievable.
I don't know what happened there. I think my boiler went south.
Unbelievable. But full support here. I'm going to come on in. You'll always be a winner. Look at those fingers crossed, though. I don't really believe that.
Wait a minute, wait. What's with the fingers crossed there?
I don't believe it, man. Kind of. Well, you made me hold that up. I mean,
that's true. I did. I appreciate it. I didn't know you were going to cross your fingers.
He called service time on me, folks. You know, he said, you know, you might have.
Time in the big leagues.
You might be broadcasting a few more days than me, but you know what? I got a lot more time in the big leagues, and he's right. So he made me hold that up.
Well, that guy is terrible.
0-2 the count. Ground ball.
Missed a spot again, but he got away with it, didn't he?
You know what's better, I think, and this is from 1,000 miles above in a booth, so mind you when I say this, is with his fastball, you're better not asking for it up. It goes up naturally most of the time.
That's true. He just went right down the middle with another one and got a ground ball to short.
And especially coming out of that crouch.
He wants it up. It is just right there to hit, but he didn't hit it.
Yeah, that is twice he has gotten away with that. Cody Ross earlier. Or Jose Guillen, I should say. That's who it was. Change up and a dandy. 1-1, and Huff could have swung twice at that one.
I'll tell you, Huff is taking some mighty rips at the baseball here. He's feeling good about things.
I think he's trying to hit himself out of a quiet spell. He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Another change up, another strike. Huff, he got locked up by that one. That was a thing of beauty. You like right in on that belly button with a fastball here, Darren?
I do. He's going to throw him another change, though. Better get it down. He did.
Pitch. What a good pitch. This kid can pitch. Flat out.
And how does he do it? Let's show you the grips of Daniel Hudson. That last pitch, a changeup. And you can see, boy, those two fingers spread around it. The two middle fingers throw that pitch down at the bottom of your screen.
What's up with that changeup grip?
It's a variation of that Vulcan grip, a variation where pitchers will split it with the V, but he uses the two fingers.
Like the crossing of the fingers right there. Kind of like you holding up that sign.
That's exactly right.
Oh, that's the thumb that he's crossing with his
thumb.
So it's a circle change. Okay.
A real trick circle change, though, because the pinky goes around the side of the baseball. And there's a little turnover to that pitch. He even says he can feel it turning over as he throws it. It forces, with that grip, according to Hudson, a bit of a screwball effect. And he gets that dive. There it is.
That was a clinic on a very good hitter.
Boy, that was easy.
They're going to get to know each other real well over the years, Mr. Hudson and Mr. Posey.
Oh, not a good start to things. Sanchez, homer, second in as many nights, and all of a sudden the Giants ready to roll, looking for a sweep. Miguel Montero has other ideas. Miggy driving in a run, 2 outs in the second inning, a double the other way. Barry Zito, Kelly Johnson, RBI single, third inning. And on a pitch that was in, that's where we stand. It's our game summary, and it's brought to you by Blimpie. By the way, it's been fun to watch that man work. I mean, that's been a highlight. And it's very similar, Gracie, to his last outing in the sense that he really spoiled us first 4 or 5 times he took the mound, and it felt like, is this guy ever going to give up any sort of a hard-hit ball? Well, he's human. He's a pitcher. You put the two together, he's been very successful.
Now, when we interviewed Kirk Gibson was saying, yeah, he's had to work. He's had to work tonight. Well, he did in the first 3 innings. He threw 55 pitches in the first 3 innings, and these Giants, they did make him work, and Kirk Gibson was saying, you got to give credit to the Giants. The last 3 innings, only 26 pitches.
There you go.
So he has settled in nicely, starting to pitch to contact.
And we talked about the work he has done coming on the air. You can see the work he has done tonight. 6 innings, 1 earned run, 1 walk, that's the key. And as you said, pitching to contact. Young, high fly, left field, picked on a curveball. And Ross with a can of corn makes the play. There's the graphic we told you about coming on the air. Latos, Oswalt, Wandy Rodriguez, Daniel Hudson. That's the best in the National League. Now, August 1st, we're not talking about 2 weeks. That's 5 weeks of pitching.
That's a lot of pitching. That's about, 6 starts? 6 or 7 starts?
Yeah, that's all of his starts as a Diamondback, which is 10. Oh, no, he made 10 starts on the season. You are correct, Gracie. 7. My apologies, I stand corrected. 7 starts. He has done that well. 10 overall in the season. 3 with the White Sox. And again, he was a National League Rookie of the Month.
He could have been easily National League Pitcher of the Month.
I was going to say, not rookie pitcher, mind you, rookie.
Right, rookie.
That includes when we vote on that award. That's
guys like Buster Posey. He's been Rookie of the Month.
A little nubber. And just in time to get LaRoche.
Mark your calendars now for September 25th and 26th when the Dodgers come into town. It's Fandemonium Weekend at Chase Field presented by the Arizona Lottery, and that means fans can win tons of great prizes all game long. Get tickets today by calling 602-462-4794 or log on to dbacks.com. Fandemonium, Darren, and that is September 25th and 26th.
We need to get those folks more electronics down there. That's a great call, by the way. I can't wait for Fandemonium. 0-1 the count.
Whoa.
It's a pirate.
Sure is.
Giants fan.
Is he a Giants fan?
I love me some Giants. Me mateys.
Making me a little uncomfortable, to be honest with you.
I'm all in. 0-2 the count.
Pirates having a tough year.
Oh, the real Pirates. Baseball Pirates.
He's a Pirates fan.
No, he's a Giant fan. That one is in.
On Roberto Clemente. As we honor Roberto Clemente, we get a Pirate fan wearing his jersey and proudly. Just missed.
You almost go by the time machine gauge. If you could get in that DeLorean, if it did exist, who would you want to see play baseball? For me, at 40 years old, I missed out, selfishly. And there are a lot of you out there that are a lot younger than I. That's a high strike. Roberto Clemente would have been one of my choices, I'll tell you that right now. Would have given anything to see him play the game. Energy all-star. There was the one mistake. It wasn't a dramatic mistake. A fastball he tried to run in, and then look at the work he has done. A little bit out over the plate, then starting to come in with that fastball like that. Slider has been a big key to establishing that inside fastball. Changeups have kept him off balance. And right before your eyes, Sandoval turned into Huff before he grounded out. And so Daniel Hudson has been fun to watch. One and one the count. By the way, on this date in baseball history, back in 1958, Roberto Clemente hit 3 triples in a game in a 4-1 win over Cincinnati. We honor Roberto Clemente today. Lost his life serving his people. And certainly Roberto Clemente, 12-time Gold Glove Award winner. Yes. That one is high and inside. People in need were his people. Those were the folks. If you were in need, Roberto Clemente thought about you, had time for you. My father, Gracie, and this is one of the reasons I'd give anything to have seen him play, said far and away the hardest hitter, the toughest out ever. Ever.
Oh, I believe it. 3
because
triples in one game.
You couldn't set him up, period.
I watched Sean Dunston hit 3 triples in one game in Montreal. There's Sean. He's a part of the Giants staff now, sitting there with Dave Righetti, the pitching coach. One of my all-time favorite teammates right there.
Hot shot, base hit, right field. Clemente, Puerto Rican born, and it was on his way to deliver so many things to folks in need, equipment and food to folks in Nicaragua, earthquake victims, and aid. And he lost his life December 31st, 1972. As Sandoval, he gives way to Darren Ford. There's a slider. Good enough. It was up.
You don't want to make a living throwing sliders up there, though. Not to Juan Uribe.
No, again, that's similar to the pitch that Jonathan Broxton threw him a couple of nights ago.
And he's still regretting that one.
One away here in the 7th inning. He has made such great work out there on the bump. As a matter of fact, there have been 8 starts now for Hudson as a Diamondback, including tonight in his first 7. In 6 of the 7, he has pitched 7 or more innings. Pickoff throw, and LaRoche had to bail him out. There's the slider, and again an important pitch.
You could hear Bill Hahn, the home plate umpire. Yes, he did. Darren, did you tell me earlier that Daniel Hudson was rated the number 3 prospect in the Chicago White Sox organization?
I did.
Well, a friend of the show, Dave Ellett, and me are wondering just who in the heck is better than this guy in that organization.
Coming into spring training, who is it?
Well, Number 1 would be a kid named Jared Mitchell, an outfielder. And the other one is a catcher named Tyler Flowers.
Runner goes, throw down, snap tag, he got by.
I'd love to know what the pitch was. He called it a ball. Daniel Hudson can't believe it. He cannot believe this pitch is a ball. But it is, and Miguel Montero can't get the throw down there in time, so Darren Ford steals second. So Dave Ellett, buddy of mine, and a professional NHL hockey player for many, many years. Those are the guys who rated higher than Daniel Hudson.
Flowers, a draft and follow back in 2005 out of junior college in Florida.
And he's hitting .220 in AAA.
Last year, Flowers had a great year, but is struggling this year, as you said, in AAA. Jared Mitchell, a first-round pick in 2009 out of LSU.
I remember him at LSU. How's he doing? Do we know?
He's number 1. I'm not sure how he is doing this year. So-so.
Well, this guy's doing really good. Daniel Hudson.
5th-round draft pick. Daniel Hudson. That one is blocked up.
So what it shows is, this whole prospect thing. It's an inexact science. Some guys are really, really good in college, and it doesn't translate to the professional game. Some guys don't do as well with an aluminum bat.
That man, not even in the book.
There's a great example right there. It's an inexact science, and it's imperfect.
And again, it's not at all a shot at Baseball America. They are diligent.
Not at all.
They do their homework. They lean on writers, scouts, former players. A little number. Montero in time for the out. Gets right back to the plate. With a speedy forward on base. He knew what to do, and a nice play by Miguel Montero.
All right, do you pitch to Cody Ross and force them to take Barry Zito out of the game? I'm sorry, do you walk Cody Ross and force them to take Barry Zito out of the game, or do you pitch to him and take your chances? It looks like right now they're going to pitch to him and take their chances. Travis Ishikawa is going to come out on deck.
How far does it go? Not far enough. That's that slider. Hold that one. 1-0 the count.
And if you're going to pitch around him, put 4 fingers up and put him on base. Don't give up a cheapie here. Pitching around a guy with the number 9 hole on deck.
Well, that's it. That'd be an interesting and a tougher choice. Ishikawa, a good pinch hitter. A real good pinch hitter.
Bobby Cox told me, always make a guy beat you off the bench.
Okay.
Not a guy that's already had 2 looks at you. Now, mind you, they weren't good looks. He's popped up and grounded out. But he's seen all your pitches tonight. Travis Ishikawa has not.
So far, nothing close, and it looks like they are pitching around him. So far, again. That's exactly what they're doing. Now that I've gotten to this point, this is why I agree with you 100%. Put him on. Hey, shoot one down the heart of the plate here. See if they can get away with one. Let's see. That's exactly what happened. Now we'll see what happens on 3-1 if it's a pitch around again.
Well, one thing we know about Kirk Gibson, there's nothing by the book about him. He goes by feel. He doesn't care about that book. Change up, missed. I don't know if Hudson was pitching around because he's upset with himself right now.
So now Travis Ishikawa hitless in his last 12 at-bats, just 2 of his last 27. Has seen his average drop 31 points. He's 12 of 39, though, as a pinch hitter on the season. And that's a 308 clip with 4 doubles and a homer in a pinch.
Bruce Bochy does have some good weapons over on his bench.
You better, though, right? I mean, if you hope to play in October.
Absolutely.
And win in October.
Go back to my years here with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Man, you talk about bringing some thunder off the bench. David DeLucci, Greg Colburn, Craig Counsell, Rubio Durazo. We had a pretty fun little three-headed first baseman, myself, Durazo, and Colburn. Like I said, David DeLucci.
So here's Ishikawa. Here you see the 308 on the season. Pitch number 100 is a changeup and a good one.
And that's a very smart thing to do by Miguel Montero and Daniel Hudson, and that is a guy coming off the bench is looking for a fastball. Go ahead and throw him a changeup and get the swing.
A roller to the right side. LaRoche fields, pops a tag on him. Hudson works out of it.
Bobby Cox would be proud.
Hudson tonight.
I wanted to see him throw the slider and throw it a lot. I want him to get comfortable with it, get a feel for it, so that'll be an effective pitch for him next year. I'll break down his outing and show just how effective his slider was and how he used it to set up his other pitches.
Dr. Joe, good stuff as always. Our final show together this season, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Good stuff. The good doctor
Joe
is in the house. And looking forward to talking after the ball game about that. Jeremy Affel, left-hander. Born here in Phoenix, Arizona, grew up and went to high school in Spokane, Washington. Was a Royals third-round pick in 1997. And pitches in his second season for the Giants. Last year in San Fran, had a 1.73 ERA in 74 appearances. Uribe, by the way, moves over to third base. Edgar Renteria is now at shortstop. And Miggy takes into the dirt.
Surprised you at all that Sandoval removed from the game?
For a runner like that?
Yeah. You know, if this thing goes extra innings, that's one of your main guys.
For that reason, yes. Two and one the count. Miguel grounded into a double play and has struck out a couple of times.
Because Sandoval's, his spot in the order is coming up one more time.
And in that spot in the order now, because they ran for Sandoval, they ran with 4. You have Edgar Renteria. Who's no slouch.
Good player.
Who's no
Fabulous
slouch.
player. I just thought it interesting.
Miggy lost his bat there.
And Sandoval didn't play last night.
Think he's hurting?
No.
Struggling?
Yeah.
Not hitting on the road? Now if you're Bruce Bochy,
Bochy's looking for hot hands. Exactly.
You're in the business of having to win.
You're in a pennant race. You're not out here to make friends.
Oh, no.
There's an old saying, develop players on your own time. I'm here to win ball games. And that man subscribes to that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong physically with Sandoval. We were speaking with our folks on the broadcast side from the Giants.
And I'm not saying I'm right.
3-2.
But I am.
Outside, ball 4. There's how you start it when you're looking to add on. Want to remind you that the road trip gets going as this homestand, a long one, wraps up. The road trip, it is 3 in Denver, Colorado. These Rockies are red hot. They're about to be winners of 13 of 17. Then the Cincinnati Reds in a prime spot in the Central, hoping to go back to the postseason. And then we'll stop by Pittsburgh and take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Be on television with you on Friday and Sunday from a gorgeous ballpark at PNC Park. One of the great venues, as that one is up and away. But it's called a strike, a high strike, 0-1. And of course, on the road trip, we're excited about the world premiere.
Well, can't wait.
And what promises to be a very unique show/segment. It's still in the developmental stages. It's in the hands of the writers right now. As that one is a bunt and a beauty. I mean, a beauty. I like that, Miguel Montero. Making somebody get over there and cover the bag. So Pora with a sac bunt. And here's Rusty.
A beautiful bunt there by Gerardo Parra. He'll get a dugout full of high fives. Nicely done. First guy to slap in 5 was his manager, Kirk Gibson. Good stuff, Gerardo Parra.
So now Ryle, 276, 3 homers, 11 RBIs.
And very aggressive first ball swinging lately. Not that time, a good curveball there from Affel.
You can close the book on Hudson as we see Ryle. What a job again
Fabulous.
by Daniel. Seven innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Backhanding that fastball in the dirt. His ERA, Hudson, now as a Diamondback, 1.91. And that is now in 8 starts. Opponent's batting average as a Diamondback, 206.
Love it. Tell you what, he keeps us up the rest of the year.
Ryle into left field. And Rusty is erased.
If Daniel Hudson keeps us up the rest of the year, he's going to have to finish strong, but I have to say he'll be my guy.
Nope, too late, I claimed him.
There's no way you claimed him already.
Listen, the moment he arrived at Citi Field, he didn't even know what hit him.
When I sat him down
that
for
I
about
know for a fact he didn't know what
15-minute interview when he hadn't even met his manager yet.
It was about 100 degrees out.
Poor young man. Hi, Daniel. Darren Sutton. Our cameras are waiting outside on Citi Field. You see, we have a 30-minute show we have to fill tomorrow, and you're going to fill it. Nice to meet you.
Don't know much about you, but we're about to get to know you.
After about the 18th question, I realized he was my guy. And he realized he didn't ever want to do an interview with me again. What a quality young man. We go interact with his family. We'll occasionally get an email from his dad, as that one is high. His dad knows to visit FoxSportsArizona.com. Go to the Diamondbacks page.
We'd love to hear from Mr. Hudson and Mrs. Hudson if need be.
Out of Old Dominion. Two and 0 the count. In San Diego, it's the Padres 1, it's the Dodgers nothing in the bottom half of the 5th inning. In 2-1 the count, but on this long road trip we will roll out as it's still in the hands of riders. We'll see how the critics handle, if they're tough or if they're fair to the debut of a great television show coming up on this trip, the world premiere of Chili with Steven. Look forward to telling Steven about it.
He doesn't know about it yet, does he? Yeah. Probably should let him know.
3-1.
I mean, the commercials are already out.
There's T-shirts.
The previews, yeah. I've got the Chili with Steven T-shirt, and I've got it right next to my DJ Carrasco shirt. Ready for this road trip. It's already packed.
JD knows about it, the show. JD Drill. Hot shot, line drive, center field. And clanked out there. I still don't think it would have been a play. Look at the aggressiveness. Did they get him? No, he's in there with the slide. Steven Drew, what a huge add-on run and a 2-out RBI.
Well, Steven Drew continues to pound the baseball. This time he gets another fastball, rips it into center field. And once this ball's kicked, Steven's on his way. And he gets in there just ahead of the tag of Edgar Renteria. Yeah, take a breath. Renteria goes out and gets the baseball instead of staying at the bag and letting the ball come to him. If he stays at the bag and lets the ball get to him, Steven Drew's out by about 10 feet. Instead, he went out to get the baseball and then had to dive back and try to get Steven, and his hand got in there.
The other part of that play, too, Gracie, is the hustle by Miguel Montero. At no point Cadillacing it because he touches. Now, if Drew's out at second, Montero still scores.
You're exactly right. And Renteria, unfortunately, was way too far out there. He didn't let the ball travel. He didn't let the ball come to him. See how far out he is to get it? If he just stays at the bag, the ball's right there, and he's going to be out at second base. So all you young middle infielders, straddle the bag and let the ball come to you. You don't need to go out and get the baseball. The ball will come to you. That was about an extra split second. That's all it took for Steven to get his hand in there.
So good things going on by Drew, by Montero, and a misstep, if you will, by the veteran shortstop. Roberts high, fly into the gap in right center field. Over, under, and out to make the play over there is Guillen. Great hustle, Stephen Drew. He's got a single and an RBI. He's got a triple and a run scored. And Miguel Montero. Oh, the world premiere. Watch Miggy, too. At no point does he settle in for a picnic. It's air conditioning, cool play. Look, Daniel Hudson, his fastball in the story tonight, burying it in, but it made these pitches much more effective. The slider, which he has to perfect, and then, of course, the changeup to lefties and righties, along with those fastballs in and off the plate. That's called pitching. It's the complete game. It's the secondary stuff for Hudson, and especially the third pitch on the depth chart, that slider that will take him to an even higher level.
Well, he really used his slider early in the game, Darren, to set up those fastballs in. Didn't really use it a whole heck of a lot in the middle innings at all.
No.
Didn't really need to. He had already done his job throwing it early, and then he settled in with his two better pitches, the fastball and the changeup.
The number is on Esperling Vasquez, who comes on for the 51st time. Ground ball. Kelly snags it in time for the out. You wondered if it would creep under that outstretched arm and glove of Johnson, and he just vacuumed that one up in the end. Nice job.
The full stretch, the pirouette, and the perfect throw, and one out for Vasquez.
Part of a double switch. Cole Gillespie is in left. And he is not part of a double switch. He's in left. Initially, they told us it was a double switch. There is no double switch. Just on as a defensive upgrade from Roberts. Changeup nearly got him. Vasquez out of Tenares in the Dominican Republic. Starting pitcher for a majority of his career in the minor league. Suffered a pretty serious shoulder injury a couple of years back. As a starter several years ago, was the D-backs minor league pitcher of the year. Injury, struggles followed the next year. And then the bullpen has been his slot in the big leagues. Hot shot, Drew's there.
Becoming a fan favorite now, and deservedly so. This guy's the total package, and I'm talking about Stephen Drew. We've known about his offense. Now we're starting to see the defense. We're starting to see the speed, the hustle, the passion that maybe some people were waiting to see from Stephen Drew, Darren. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Changeup sails away. The 1-0 is outside. 2-0 the count. Brendan Ryan not having nearly the offensive season that Stephen Drew is, the shortstop in St. Louis. Orlando Cabrera having a pretty good season, certainly wins and losses in Cincinnati, but battled injuries. Those are, along with Stephen Drew, the top 3 defensive shortstops, and also a step behind in time played is Troy Tulowitzki, who is always considered. That's really the quartet of players. Those are essentially your finalists for the Gold Glove, those 4.
I think you're right.
And if it is an inexact science, there is no official way to nab it, but those are your finalists. Brendan Ryan, Orlando Cabrera, Stephen Drew, and Troy Tulowitzki in no particular order. We are biased towards this man. We watch him play every day. His teammates have really started campaigning for him to win the award. It was Kelly Johnson in Milwaukee. Yesterday, Mark Reynolds, we were talking about, pulled me aside and said, help all you can. Mark Reynolds taking up the sword for Drew and winning that award.
Well, you've got a guy to your left, and that's what Mark Reynolds has to his left. Stephen Drew at the range he has. You can move closer to the line because you know I don't have near as far to go in the hole. So now he can take away would-be doubles that maybe he wouldn't if somebody else was out there. Just missed the inside corner. 3-2.
The 3-2 pitch. Hot shot, base hit, right field. So Huff's got a couple of hits tonight. Remember, Aubrey came in 7 of his last 45. That's a $156. He's going to feel pretty good about himself tonight.
Low strike. Thank you very much, says Esmeling Vasquez as Bill Hahn hears the chirping from the San Francisco dugout. Yeah, that was clearly down. Vasquez gets a break.
The 0-1. It's outside. 1-1 the count. To take it a step further, if you folks would like, Orlando Cabrera has played in 102 games to Drew's 123. He has 10 errors to Stevens' 9. Tulowitzki's only played in 99 games. He has 8 errors to Stevens' 9. Bouncing ball out to short. There's Drew in time for the out. The inning comes to an end. His mates certainly think, and we do too, this should be the man who's golden when it's all said and done. what's going on as we take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. We'll tell you what's going on. Philly hammering Florida. Ryan Howard with a big night. By the way, Philly leading Atlanta by 1/2 game as they both were victorious tonight. Colorado 9, Cincinnati 2. Colorado 9, Cincinnati 2. Look at the Rockies in San Diego leading Los Angeles 1-0. Kelly Johnson making some fans happy, specifically that young man.
That's a great shot. He deserves to get a hit for that.
0-1 the count on Kelly. Dan Runzler goes to work.
I remember this guy. Hard throwing left hand.
He's a big fella. We were telling you that Kelly was the one campaigning in Milwaukee for Stephen Drew. There's one final thought, and then we'll move on in the Gold Glove, is that there is to be a new Gold Glover in a sense. Jimmy Rollins has won the last 3. He's out.
Missed too much time.
So Jimmy Rollins is no longer in the discussion, so there is to be a brand new person standing atop the podium. With regard to that
Stephen
award.
Drew's going to get it. Because he deserves it. Not taking anything from those other guys you mentioned, Darren, but he deserves it.
Hot shot. There's the baseball god smiling on Kelly Johnson. You said he deserves to get a hit as well, did Kelly? Well, look how excited that young man is that Kelly got a hit. Beside himself.
Did you notice that as well?
That was great.
Stays right on a slider and just crunches it. But the head stays down. Bruce Bochy is on his way to make a pitching change.
Boy, and there he is.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Fired up. Attaboy, Kelly!
Yeah, that's the guy who gave me the ball. Yeah, look at Kelly. Kelly just out there at first, thinking of it's raining men.
You take a look at a couple of hard-hitting left-handed hitters. That's Aubrey Huff, and that is Kelly Johnson. And they'd like to let you folks know at home to shop online at dbacks.com. Browse from the largest selection of T-shirts, hats, jerseys, and more. Visit the official online shop, dbacks.com.
Silver bells.
Why are you singing Christmas carols over there?
Time in the city. Right around the corner, folks. Get that Christmas shopping done now online. Santiago Casilla goes to work. Hear them ring.
And he is not even thinking Feliz Navidad or anything because it's still a very long, long way. But go ahead and maybe get a Halloween gift for somebody over at the team shop. Great stuff over there.
Here's Chris Young. Casilla. 0-1 the count. Never too early to plan ahead, folks. And since now it's really upon us, go ahead and get that shopping done. Matter of fact, you might want to start your spring training planning now.
Well, that's for sure.
There's the team shot. Got a couple of places.
No Christmas tree there, not a wreath or anything, because it's really not even close to the Yuletide season.
And I know that wasn't a live shot because I saw a big giant picture of Dan Heron as we floated in there. So looking forward to some fresh B-roll.
Certainly.
1-2 the count. It's a great team shot. It's just not a live shot. Expect to see that poster next time with, Daniel Hudson.
Yeah, maybe a Joe Saunders.
Great stuff for the kids back there in the kids area. Good sweatshirts for those cold winter days coming up as soon as in the morning. 1-2 the count. A little topper. This won't be easy. Charging, fielding, firing in time. A nice play by the veteran Edgar Renteria.
But a productive out. As you see a really good play there getting Chris Young. But that moves Kelly Johnson up into scoring position.
Adam looks at a big shift now. He has walked. Little chopper out in front of the plate.
That was a quick pitch. Well, I think they're going to put him on base, but they just quick pitched. And he threw it right down the middle. Strike.
They were trying to walk him, and he missed his spot.
No, he didn't miss his spot. He's trying to throw it right down the middle.
Well, he missed the spot that Posey wanted him to throw it to. He was trying to throw it down the middle. Posey wanted to walk him.
That just goes to show you that Casilla had absolutely no idea what was going on in the game. He was just locked in on getting the next guy out. He wasn't looking at his catcher, because you're not going to go into your stretch with your catcher standing up, are you?
Well, one would think not.
All right, we're going to put him on. See, he's not looking.
He didn't look.
He just came set. And
wow.
Here it comes.
My
Buster
goodness.
Posey's like, you got to be kidding me.
Now he's thinking, I'm walking a guy when I've jumped ahead 0-1. I can make some pitches now. Give me a chance.
That's very strange.
That's about as strange as it gets, actually. Here's Mark Reynolds. Ground ball, 6-4. 3 outs to get for the Diamondbacks, and they salvage a win in this series. That was interesting.
That's why you walk him. Listen to your manager. He knows what's best.
Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Blimpie, the new lighter stuff menu. 6 healthy choices under 400 calories. That's how Beanie Wells stays in shape. Blimpie, America's sub shop. Quest high-speed internet, blazing fast speeds that don't burn up your wallet. Your Valley Hyundai dealers. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Your dollars Hyundai. Now the most fuel-efficient car maker in America. Visit valleyhyundaidealers.com. Glad to have you back here at Chase Field. Mark McClune, Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. And you, thanks for inviting us into your home this evening on this Wednesday. We trust midweek, your week has been a good one. And with 3 more outs, it'll be a good midweek game for the Diamondbacks. And it's been a nice middle of the summer here for Gutierrez. In his first and his early part of the season, the spring and the early summer, he really struggled. An ERA over 8 up until the day after July the 4th. 8 was his ERA. In his last 20 appearances, his ERA 2.21. As Miguel Montero will get a new catcher's mitt.
Some fresh leather.
But in his last 20 appearances, he's 6 of 6 in saves, and opponents hitting 197 against him. The big glute, we like to call him up here.
Oh, that's right. He got whacked with a one-hopper right off his backside.
He did. Turns out it was a little bit lower than that, the gluteus maximus, but still he likes to nickname the big glute. We like to call him actually the big goot.
Well, you do.
You're coming around, though. As he faces Jose Guillen. It's fun to watch him work, especially when he's right. What was the biggest change, you think? I mean, obviously he had lost all confidence, number one, so he's gotten a little bit of that. But pitching-wise, what have you seen change for him?
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he move on the mound?
He did.
I think he moved where his back foot is on the mound, if I'm not mistaken.
He moved right just about to the middle. And I think also his command of his secondary pitches, particularly that pitch, changeup.
Well, throwing more strikes, certainly.
And a curveball, more strikes.
It seemed like there for a while it was a walk and a long ball.
Line to left field, well struck. Over the head and off the base of the wall of Gillespie. And screaming and hollering for the baseball was Kelly, only because of the fact that Guillen has such bad wheels.
Well, yeah.
And Johnson was jumping on top of that bag like a little one at a birthday party.
I think Gillespie was just assuming it was going to be a double. But now the double play not in order, and it's just a fastball down Broadway, and Guillen creams it over the head of Gillespie, and then Gillespie took his sweet time getting it back in. Guillen just decided, you know what? I'm going to head to second then. Thank you very much.
Breaking ball is outside to Edgar Renteria. And for Renteria, this is where he has spent his career getting it done. Though he is just one of his last 16 with runners in scoring position. A .294 hitter in his career with ducks on the pond. Extended over the outside, 1-1 the count.
That's never easy, is it, Darren Sutton?
Nope. In his career, hits .305 with runners on base, .295. I shorted him one, .295 with runners in scoring position.
Now remember, this is Pablo Sandoval's spot in the order.
That's exactly right. 2-1 the count. He's wearing his teammate's helmet that came on in pinch ran earlier, Darren Ford. I think he'll be just fine. The 2-1. In. 3-1 the count.
Well, big Goop not making it easy on himself, giving up a ringing double to Guillen, now falling behind Renteria. Renteria represents the tying run, mind you. Good pitch there. Renteria didn't like it, but that one got plenty of play.
And that was the reaction of a man who is one of his last 16 with runners in scoring position. Usually he's looking to hit one right up over your shoulder by your cap bill in that situation. 3-2 the count. I'm not saying that he won't. But instead it's a slider. It's strike three, and he's furious with himself. I'm telling you, folks, he expects to drive in runs in those situations.
Tough to drive in runs on a pitch like this. It's down and off the plate. But after that 3-1 fastball, you can see the pennant race pressure. Doggone it, he says.
San Diego leads Los Angeles 4-0 now in the sixth. Strike one.
That was the curveball, wasn't it, Darren?
He's got two different breaking balls. The curveball a little deeper, a little bit slower. Uribe. He got Broxton a couple of nights ago in the ninth. And it was a slider that he got Broxton with. He's in the hold on a couple of breaking balls, 0-2.
Yeah, same pitch, same result. Both of them way out of the strike zone right now. A little over anxious on Uribe's part. He could easily be sitting 2-0 and get that fastball that he loves to hit, but instead he's over aggressive. He swings at a couple of breaking balls out of the zone. He's one strike away from joining Edgar Renteria as a strikeout victim here in this inning.
Bouncing ball just hanging around. Fly to right, rolled into a double play, hit a chopper out front of the catcher. On 0-2. Did he on a slider? He did not. Gary Darling right on the case. Terrible, says Kirk Gibson.
Woo! That one got out there a lot.
Good PG response. I like that. Broke his bat, popped it up. Ball's not traveling right up above the plate tonight. Is it?
No, not at all.
What a pitch.
Ball's not carrying in front of the plate. And by the way, the R-rated response was right after the PG response.
That's all right.
Fastball eats him up. Bat goes flying. And now the Diamondbacks down to their final out, trying to salvage a win here against these hard-playing Giants.
Meantime, Corey Lupke and his Padres beating the Dodgers 4-0 in the sixth inning. The rookie for San Diego. Breaking ball, strike one.
Diamondback fans making noise. Good for those who came out here this evening. They've seen a good ball game. And it ain't over yet. In with the fastball. 1-1.
This homestand started with a 4-game winning streak, a sweep of San Diego. It has been followed by a 4-game losing streak, trying to wrap up the 9-gamer 5-4. They head out for 10 on the road. The 1-1. Breaking ball. 2-1 the count. Very little divine intervention for these Diamondbacks.
Take anything you can get.
Thank you, sisters, for attending the game tonight. Runner in scoring position. 3-1 is the score, and Gutierrez will step off. Colorado is done. They have defeated Cincinnati 9-2. The Dodgers game is in the sixth inning. Here, the 2-1. Fastball didn't mean to. Rolled out to
at him. A winning homestand for the Diamondbacks. Let's get it on out to our post-game show. A lot to talk about. I'm sure they're going to talk about, what is it? The electric slide?